Okay.
I'll cue you in.
Nice. It's like Whiplash.
That's nice. Yep. There we go.
That worked. That
was
like
a cue to
What did you think I
do
was
the
pointing
intro.
at you for?
For what? You said not to do the. You said not to do
No,
it.
I know, but I was saying do a normal
I'm not
intro.
gonna do the intro. I don't do it.
I can't do
Fair
it
enough.
anymore.
You do it.
You've already Highlandered my ass.
I took a stab at doing my own intro, and
You
the
certainly
people
took a
have
stab,
spoken,
And guess who you stabbed? Me.
and they're tired of the rap, and
You
I get
skewered
that.
my ass.
So now the duties fall back to Ryan.
I believe there's something you have to say to me.
I am sorry
Why are you sorry?
because I think your intro is really good.
I don't think that.
No,
That's why you're sorry?
Okay, I accept your apology.
Oh
I don't think there has been an intro that works.
no,
I would agree with
that's
that.
the real.
I would agree
issue.
with that's besides the point.
You can start a podcast by saying this is where we hang out.
What's up, gamers? It's Podwatcher.
That's right.
You're here. We're talking about weird stuff. We're talking about creepy stuff. Sometimes
Ooh.
we're talking about silly stuff.
Ooh.
That's
That's
nice.
true.
That's good. I
That's
like
Stephen
that.
Lim.
Very good. Very good.
That's Ryan Bergara.
Oh, Jesus.
And you are.
And I'm Matt.
What are you guys up to these days? What are we talking about here?
I'm still with the dog. I still got the third dog.
You getting an? Oh, you're.
I'm still fostering him.
Fostering a new dog.
Yeah.
And you.
I think we're going to have to give him up.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find a home for him.
I mean, that's the whole point of fostering, but then obviously you, as they say, catch feels.
Like that Katy Perry song.
Is
Yeah,
that a Katy
for real.
Perry song?
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like the micro impression because like that you could also do one of those for a suit and tie, like when he goes, ow.
Just give it a little taste.
Yeah, give him a little taste of the feels.
I don't know anything about this.
You know this song. Once you hear it, you'll be like, oh yeah, this was a banger.
What era
remember-
is it from?
It's in 2018 or 20.
Oh, I
16?
don't know if
2017?
I think it was 2018, 2017. I remember
Yeah.
because it was playing in heavy rotation when I first started dating Mari, and I'm pretty sure that's 2018.
Whoa.
2017 is the name of the year
That
that
makes sense.
The problem right now is that it's a lot. And I know that we are not the best equipped to take care of him in terms of like,
Sure.
training.
Yeah.
And, time and just, I don't know. So like, obviously I love him and want to keep him, but I think that he might be better off in a better home.
when
good of you to do. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. It's I'm curious about like when. So then someone else will foster after you.
So I think we'll continue to foster it and then people can like trial.
Oh,
adopt.
I see.
So they can like take him for like, a week and see how he fits into their home.
Oh, so then it's like maybe his forever home after that.
yes.
I see how it works.
But he's definitely a traumatized boy because when he meets new people, he don't like them.
Really?
Yeah. But he'll warm up in like 5 minutes.
What kind of dog is it?
Little border collie Aussie, very cute little mix. 30
Oh.
pounds, 35 pounds. I think he had some trauma with a tall white man.
Uh-oh. Don't bring him into the office.
Look, I don't know what it is, but everybody else he meets, totally fine. But then when tall white men come to him,
There's an
he
easy
goes
way to test
nuts.
this theory.
We could try it here on the pod.
Maybe he was Larry Bird's dog.
You just bring it Shane next to that dog and see if he's like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, see if it...
But then we my brother-in-law is a tall white guy. He's Brazilian, so but he looks like a tall white guy. And my dog hated him at first, was like yelping, kind of nipped at his shirt a little bit.
Your brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law, he nipped at my brother-in-law's shirt. But now he's actually after like 5 minutes, they're like best friends. They love each other. So it's I think it's his emotional reaction is like just he gets defensive right away. It's like,
Makes sense if there's like a trauma response there.
It's so heartbreaking though.
Yeah, that's rough.
No, we haven't decided, we don't know. It's so hard. The feels. It's just.
I would have a really hard time. I can't imagine doing that, honestly. Because we got Obi, and I was just like, he took a little bit to warm up to us, but after like a couple of weeks, I
Yeah,
was like, well, I could not imagine that.
he is your son.
He's my boy.
We are still holding out hope that we could maybe find the owner. We're still looking for another owner, but It
Oh, it was
seems
a
like
lost dog.
It was a stray.
It
that
was a
Steven picked
dog
up, yeah.
in my neighborhood, and we had been.
Oh, I
we've
didn't even
been
know that.
every.
Or maybe you told
know,
me that and I forgot.
That's okay. We've been walking him around every day.
Did you put up like signs? That are
signs,
like, yeah,
Facebook, next door? I had to log on to Facebook for
for the first time in a long
a
time?
little bit. Yeah.
The Facebook.
So yeah, the saga goes. We'll see. It's a heart wrenching relationship.
All right.
I don't know if I would name a foster. You
gotta. Well,
You do?
oftentimes they have names.
I'd be like, you there. It's time to eat.
Dog.
That way you don't form the connection and feel comfortable passing it off to.
But
its
then
friend.
you would still.
boy.
Yeah.
You're like my father-in-law who is like, I don't like dogs, but then when he sees a dog, you can see he's melting inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. There's like a stereotypical like dad, dog, dad type of like relationship with a dog. We're like, I don't want a dog.
And
because
then they
you
got a
know-
dog. And then the dog's
Yeah.
watching baseball with them.
Oh, dude, Vinny loves doing that.
And he's sitting there feeding his like dinner to my dog. Like, you can't do that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dodger baseball started last night. 3
Oh,
a.m.
okay.
First game of the season in Tokyo.
I'm wearing the hat. I didn't even know.
Oh, Shohei came
Whoa.
out on Fortnite.
Shohei's.
I know. I gotta get on Fortnite now because my guy's there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hitting dingers in
You
Fortnite.
You should get it tonight because it's going to be gone.
Yeah, it's gonna be on quick.
What do you mean?
Stuff is only on the store for a limited time, and then they like bring it back later, so you can buy it.
What
Wow.
can you buy? Are you buying Shohei's body?
It's a skin. It's an
Yeah,
You
Just
can-
him
Yeah,
with
I'm
an
purchasing Shohei's skin.
you can run
I'm
around
gonna
the
put it on
island
my body.
as Shohei carrying a big sniper gun.
Dude, that's awesome.
I mean, that's the joy of it.
It's
Really,
so funny.
I've got a Leatherface skin now, and it's so funny to make him dance. And
Does he have a chainsaw?
Yeah.
Does it make the noise? Like, does he make
you
the
can make
noise?
him do the dance.
Oh, nice. The wacky man dance.
Yeah,
There's a samurai skin as well.
a samurai Shohei.
Yeah, so we're looking at the.
I want him in the Dodger jersey.
Can
I'm
you
sure
pull it
that's
up
not
on
going to be
the-
great for
I
camouflage.
think you buy them both.
I see.
Here's the thing: for 2 years now, I've wanted to get Ryan on that island.
He's going to
I
get
want
me
to get
on that.
Ryan on that
This
island.
is going to do it.
So this may be the moment.
So how do I purchase
Fortnite is
Mr.
free.
Otani?
You'll have to buy some V-Bucks to purchase this particular.
Why?
Skin.
What's the V stand for?
That's a great question.
I think it's Victory Royale.
Victory Bucks.
Victory Bucks
I
is
don't.
awesome.
Maybe it's Victory. I don't
That's how
know.
they get
That'll be
you.
20 victory bucks.
awesome.
That'd be 20 victory
That's
bucks.
awesome, dude.
Is that like Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
and fucking Bowfinger?
The V in V-Bucks stands for vendor bucks.
Well, that's
Uh,
stupid.
what is
Vendor
vendor?
Tech is an in story.
Oh, it's
company.
vendor. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't even know
now
that.
it's lore.
There's a lot going on there.
They should have changed it to victory bucks. It's so much better.
Victory Bucks. Is good.
All right, here's Shohei's. This is a 30-second trailer skin. Please describe it for the audio listener.
Yeah,
Here
this
we
is Shohei at the
Okay.
plate. He's in the batter's box.
Shohei at the plate.
He definitely just went fucking
And
yard.
he just hit a dinger. And now here's
And now Shohei in
Wait,
the
what?
samurai outfit.
Samurai Shohei.
Another dinger.
Shohei. and
Another
Shohei?
Oh, he killed an ice cream man.
Now regular Shohei is saying, well, I'm going to hit that ball again. And there he goes.
Oh,
And
they
he's
got his-
another dinger. And he exploded the Fortnite bus balloon, and the bus has crashed.
I love his toe tap stance. I love how all batters have a different stance.
Looks great.
Looks
It's a fun little thing. Yeah.
Ryan, we got to get you on there. We got to get you on that island.
I'm down. This is the thing that's finally going to get me there.
You know
I
what
think.
would be cool is
What?
if Fortnite made a Ryan Bergara skin.
Oh God.
That's how we get you on the island.
That would be fun. I doubt that they'll do that. But we'll put it out into the.
What would it take for them to? How famous do you have to be? I guess Shohei famous.
I
huh?
think you have to
Yeah.
be like pretty famous.
Yeah, seeing as how the barriers to entry are Shohei Otani and LeBron James.
They
No,
do
those
have
are the most famous people.
But like,
Lady Gaga is on there. I mean, they do
Eminem.
have a lot of skins. Eminem, of course. Eminem had a whole.
we're much closer to them.
They had a chapter with Eminem where you could go into a spaghetti factory. His mom's spaghetti factory.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the haunted spaghetti factory.
And Eminem had a big rap gun where when he would shoot it, it would be like it was him
Oh,
rapping.
Was it just like holding a giant pair of lips or something?
It was like a chain or like a what do you call that? Like a Gatling gun.
Crank.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
There are celebrities on there where I see them and I'm like, I have no idea who that is, but they're probably extremely famous, like streamers and stuff.
Oh, sure. Like
Pro
your
gamers.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Maybe I'll get one before.
There was an old Nintendo game that was like a pair. It was like a trivia game, and one of the pieces you could be was like a pair of lips. It's like
I don't know, man.
Anticipation.
Well, Epic Games, if you're listening,
I think that might be one of your erotic games that you play.
That's true.
We want the best ghost hunters in the game to be in the game. So put them in the game.
I don't know if that's necessary.
I'll join.
I think that's a big fucking professor, though.
Oh my God. Well, that would be fun.
Yeah. Or Shane with a professor back bling.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
that's pretty
yeah, like a Yoda backpack. That'd be sick.
They could do buff professor, big buff professor.
Yeah, they would have to do buff professor. But in shorts.
Yes. I think the 4 of us should get on the island at some point and see how it goes.
Yo, I'm down.
I think it's the best video game ever made.
That seems crazy.
Fortnite? I gotta play the game. For you to say that, I
can rock with that.
Yeah.
Best video game ever made.
Like, like multiplayer, like online game.
What it's done for gaming is
that's true.
I mean, granted, there's other games that I've gotten a lot more emotional edification.
Red Dead 2.
From. Oh yes, of course,
like
of course.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, emotionally satisfying, great storytelling, beautiful artistry and graphics on display. Fortnite, though, I mean, for pure hours of enjoyment that I've had and times that I've spent bonding with friends.
Yeah, that's how I feel about COD.
COD,
even though I'm bad at it.
I think anyone who says Fortnite sucks, I think it's bad faith. Like, there's no way.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it's the kind of culture that was built around Fortnite in the early days.
That's fair.
I used to think it was crummy, no good. You know,
right.
And then I played it, and I was like, "Well, this is happy, young fun."
I've played a lot of Call of Duty, and I think both the culture around it and the actual game are pretty bad.
That's what, because Fortnite, it's death and destruction, but it's goofy.
It's
like
goofy.
Little dances.
That's why Shohei's in there.
Yeah.
Shohei was probably not going to show up in Call of Duty.
No,
absolutely not.
Scary.
I'm curious of your play style, Shane. Are you a thirsty guy? Are you aggressive? Are you like me? You play like a roach.
I'm cautious.
I play like a roach.
Shane's pretty versatile.
Yeah, and to a fault. Sometimes I forget my place. You know, sometimes I forget. Like, oh, I shouldn't be engaging with these people.
Thirsty sometimes.
Lately, I've gotten a little better at being like, let's get out of here. This is not our fight.
But if you engage when you shouldn't, are you good on comms?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I like playing with you.
Thank you. I love playing with you.
I think the Shane that you and I play with Call of Duty doesn't exist anymore. I think that person would have done.
Fortnite made me a better.
Call of Duty.
I think Fortnite made me a better person. And I don't think I would like Call of Duty because I don't like the
It's pretty similar.
I don't like the gravity of it.
It wouldn't have been such a culture shock.
The realism there. I don't enjoy war games.
It's funny. Valorant made me a worse person.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. Like the culture, the people, the toxicity.
Yeah, you're
I actually quit video games completely.
Really?
Yes.
That's an update.
I've taken on pickleball as my
That's pretty cool.
as my social activity.
Is that a video game?
You want to hear something crazy about pickleball?
Yeah.
What?
I've been playing so much that I think I tore a muscle in my rotator cuff.
I know a lot of people who have gotten injured playing pickleball.
And I mocked the pickleball injuries, but you guys want to see this massive bruise on my arm that I didn't even realize existed till this morning?
Oh my God!
Whoa! This is from me, I think, tearing a muscle in my rotator cuff.
Oh, that's definitely not good.
No, it's not. I need to go to the doctor tomorrow.
I've had rotator cuff issues, and I have not had.
Steven just showed us. It was it's sort of the back of his arm.
It starts at my shoulder, and it goes up to my bicep.
It's just a huge purple bruise.
That's crazy.
But it's in like a
gnarly.
An arch. It looks like the scar of like a shark bite.
I was gonna say it looks like he got struck by lightning or something.
I actually can't lift my arm above my neck now.
Okay, well, this is getting increingly more.
I think you should go back to video games.
Maybe I should go back to Valorant.
One game that actually figured out how to offset the toxicity of online gaming. I was playing Mario Kart online the other night.
Oh, fun!
And the chat function, you can only choose from pre-selected responses, and they're all like very pleasant, like, I'm excited, or like, I'm a little nervous. I hope I do my best. And it's just like your little like your little Mario Kart character going like, I hope everyone has a good time in the match. Like it's just really pleasant.
Pretty fun.
And
once
everyone realized you could only choose from those, like everyone was just like being like, good luck.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is amazing.
I played so much Mario Kart in deepest pandemic with pals and, my brother. And
Are you good?
Mario Kart?
I like to see you and Ryan face off in a Mario Kart.
I don't know. I don't play it for years at a time. And then when I pick it back up, I'm like,
I don't know how to gauge.
It's hard to gauge those kinds of games.
It also depends course to course. Some courses I'm really good at, others not as much. I don't know. I'm probably not great compared to like you.
I don't know. I don't play Mario Kart, so.
Oh, you were a big Smash guy.
I'll always smash.
But based on your acumen for something like Smash, I feel like you're probably better.
I like games that are very competitive. Valorant's a very competitive, precise shooter kind of game.
You play Rivals?
Oh, her Rivals is good.
I haven't played it yet, only because I know myself, and I don't want to do that to myself.
That's
true. A Marvel thing?
Yeah.
It's Marvel
Overwatch.
IP. A Chinese company licenses the IP to make the video game.
Interesting.
It's blowing up. It's
Really
huge.
Good. Really good game.
Yeah, I'm worried about ever playing it because I know myself as well.
I ain't gonna touch it. You're
just gonna stay on the island.
Yeah, I could stay on that island. I'll be there forever. Let's do a hot dog update.
Oh, yeah.
Hot dog update. Now, if you
yeah.
Hot dog.
I like that. Now, if you've been listening at the beginning of the year, we established that we'd like to keep a hot dog tally. And now that we're nearly a quarter of the year through, let's, I think it'd be interesting to just run the numbers here, see what we're dealing with.
I was going to try something. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah.
What the
Good.
fuck?
Hot dog tally.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
What is that? Something?
Okay.
Long Tall Sally or something? What is that song?
It's Mustang.
Oh, Mustang Sally.
Nice.
I really liked that.
All right. Wait, let me guess who has eaten the most hot dogs. Ryan Bergara. Okay, great. Got that out of the way.
No, I've eaten 0.
What? I wanted to build it up a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
That was a pretty big build up,
0.
though. How can the hot dog man, sausage man creator,
What about sausages?
No.
No sausages.
0 hot dogs?
No dogs.
Now, to be fair, I ate hot dogs because of this challenge.
No, wait.
I
That's
wouldn't have
not
eaten
true.
them otherwise.
See, I didn't
I've
want
eaten
to-
one hot dog. I had one hot dog.
You had one hot dog?
I had one hot dog.
Oh,
Where?
I went to the Laker game. I had a hot dog there.
Didn't you tell me that you ate
Big
a hot
one?
dog?
Yeah, I think it was at a Laker game. It was like a ballpark,
Standard?
like a ballpark dog, essentially.
Okay.
You got to know, listeners, that sometimes I'll just get a random weekend text from my bosses and it's just a picture of a hot dog.
Well, I've never
And I
seen
go,
you a picture of a hot dog.
I'll put it in the ledger.
Yeah. You file this under D. Was it in our Slack room where somebody shared that article that every hot dog makes you lose like 36 minutes of life?
They always say that
Who said
stuff.
that?
None of that's
That was a
real.
report that came out in 2021, and then I think the University of Michigan confirmed it. But
confirmed. How do you confirm that kind of thing?
It's good that was peer reviewed.
Were they feeding
Got to
him
get that
to-
out there.
Yeah.
But Snopes has cleared things up.
Uh-oh.
You just have to eat 5 carrots after you have a hot dog.
You undo it.
Yeah, offset it.
The viral post that suggested that you lose 36 minutes of life after eating one hot dog was misinterpreted. The researchers in the study were talking about a healthy life expectancy, or HALE, a statistic that represents the number of years that a person can live in good health, as opposed to the number of years lived in less than good health due to
Gotcha.
disease or injury. The foods analyzed were suggested to add or subtract years from a person's HALE, not their actual life.
So it simply accelerates how quickly you will cross the threshold into a life of misery.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Well, that's fine. You're still alive.
I'm
You're
already
just-
in that misery space anyway.
the misery zone.
And also, there's no real statistic for this, but like, how much fun is it to eat a hot dog?
Well, this is the
Pretty
thing.
fun.
Well, also,
So
Yes.
that's a life worth lived, you know?
I mean, a lot of times when they interview people who are like 103, they're like, "What's your secret?" And they're like, "I smoke a cigarette every day and I drink some wine." You know,
Yeah.
These are things you got to balance out.
I mean, if I found out that I lost an hour of life with every bucket of popcorn I ate, I'd still do it.
Well, you would be
You'd be a
dead
goner.
anyway.
I'd be dead, and I wouldn't still continue to do it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't stop right now. I wouldn't change anything just because it's like
An hour for a bucket of popcorn?
I'll take
Yeah,
that.
I'll take
That's
that.
a good deal.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, I'm probably losing what, maybe like a couple years or something.
Yeah, probably. At the tail end. You know,
A couple of
when you're-
years.
When you're 62.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how many buckets of popcorn are you eating a year?
Well, I go to the movies probably like once or twice, and Mari and I making a batch, like a bucket batch, maybe once every other night.
Bucket bat.
I want to. Who knows how many?
Okay, I did the math. If you eat a bucket of popcorn every day for 70 years, it would take off 3 years off your life.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Easy. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Well, as
3
opposed
years
to a
is
life without popcorn, fuck
yeah,
that.
that's
Like
tough.
if someone were like, you really need to stop drinking alcohol, I'd be like, whatever. But you're not going to take my popcorn away from me, dude. That's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
Oh, I drank this weekend for the first time in a while, and I feel terrible this week.
Would
But it
you-
was worth it.
but
It was fun. It was
Did
fun.
you have any hot dogs is the question.
I am number 2 in hot dogs eaten, or number 3, I guess, of the 4 probably, because I have
0.
eaten. You've eaten 0?
0, sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to spoil that, but yeah. I mean,
That includes veggie dogs.
Right.
Veggie all.
Oh my goodness!
Any
Maybe
sort
I am
of-
number 2.
And any sausages included there?
0 there too.
No sausages. Okay.
Okay, well, I've had 2, and I sent this photo of this bun to my coworkers,
Let's see the bun.
and I was told, how could that be a hot dog? If you look very closely at this
Show
photo,
it again.
there's a hot dog in the bun. It's a Chinese, like, bun, a bao or whatever,
Yeah.
and there's a hot dog that goes through it.
But it's kind of like being like if we were okay, so if I'm like tallying up our popcorn buckets and I was like, well, I put a bunch of popcorn in a blender and ate
But
it
you would
with
never
a
do that.
spoon as dust.
You would never do that.
Is it has basically all the components of a hot dog.
That's
Is that
fair.
what you're saying?
I'm saying, does this? There is a dog in there.
Yeah. What did it take? What is the sort of caramelization on it? Is that a
Looks like some sort of cheese
sauce
crust.
or a crust? It's a
Cheese,
cheese.
parsley, and then bread.
That's 85 degrees, right?
It's 85 degrees. You
Look,
had this before.
I mean-
I've had the hot dog before. It's good.
oh, so you got it a hot
think it's
dog.
Does it feel
There
like
is a
eating
hot dog inside of it. I think it's a thing where it's like, oh, there's a sausage in here. I didn't know that.
But does it feel like
It doesn't
eating-
feel like the experience of eating a hot dog.
Okay, fair enough. I'm at 1 then.
We spent all this time wondering about is a hot dog a sandwich. We never thought is that
Is a bun
Just
a
not
hot
a
dog?
hot
a hot dog?
Yeah.
By the way, I asked Adam and Andrew, and they said it's a hot dog.
Interesting.
Just let you know.
I don't trust them.
You don't trust. Tell me why you don't trust them.
They're crazy.
Okay, fair enough.
They should have a show called The Crazy Boys.
They are the crazy boys.
I have had so when the year started, I think I reported to at least Matt that I was at we had a gathering of folks over at my apartment, and Sarah made a bunch of little pig in a blanket hot dogs.
Oh,
Little,
those don't count.
little cup-
What if that's a hot dog? Then this is
Yeah,
a
but I
hot
had
dog.
like 6 of them. Is that one hot dog?
This is more a
I
hot
don't
dog than
know.
a pig in a
Okay.
blanket.
No, I'm fine not counting those. I don't think this is a race. I
Okay,
was just
all right.
curious if I don't want to, not report things.
I think
So if you guys say no, those don't count, I'm not going to argue that at all.
it doesn't mimic the experience of having a hot dog, which would be like you got your little condiment boat that you could put a bunch whatever you want, like your
I
ketchup,
dipped
your
them in
mustard.
ketchup
Yeah.
and mustard.
You
But-
dipped it in ketchup?
Yeah.
They're gonna run you out of Chicago.
Here's the thing. No, I
Ooh, that's a good
don't
point.
think.
That's why you know it's not a hot dog.
I'll in
because
my.
there isn't a garden in it.
I like ketchup. I've said this before. I think when I go to Portillo's, I always get one Chicago dog.
Yeah.
Which is all of the Chicago fixins, and then I get the inverse, which is a dog with just ketchup.
Interesting.
That's weird.
It is weird. It's a weird thing that I do. Anyway, barring those little cocktail weenies, my count is at 3. And those were all in one night
Nice.
on our way to Ghost Hunt.
You got your tally up.
Regular 6-inch hot dogs.
Yes, classic sized hot
And the
dogs.
Dodger dog is-
Vienna beef.
Wow.
I don't know if it is anymore. I don't know what that thing is anymore. It's pretty rough. I had it. I
The
had it
Dodger
recently.
dog?
The Dodger dog is what, a foot?
No, because
It's
they
like
have a
8 inches.
super dog. They have a
Oh, okay.
super, and then they have the normal Dodger. But I think the super is also referring to the meat quality itself. I don't know if it's actually that much larger.
They claim it's like actual beef
Something
in the
like
super
that,
dog or whatever, the big Dodger dog. Yeah, the Dodger dog is something where like I went to a Dodger game for the first time. People were like, you got to get a Dodger dog. And I was like, all right, it's a hot dog. It's just a hot dog.
No,
It's
but it
just-
was good like years ago when I first moved here.
What
it
was good
really
about it?
good. And then they changed the supplier for the dogs.
What
and
was
now it's-
good? It just
It just
tasted like a
tasted
hot dog.
juicy and like a good dog.
Now it's a little
Now
rubbery.
they're rubbery. They're disgusting.
I just like the experience of eating a hot dog at a sporting event.
I mean, you get it.
yeah, it just makes me feel
Oh
good.
yeah.
That and a beer and like some peanuts.
I remember Shane and I, we went to a Dodger game, and I was like, there's one spot that has like plant-based dogs.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm gonna go get those. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get that. And then I went, and then the lady was like, we're not ready yet. Maybe like 5-10 minutes. And I was like, okay, so just come back in a bit. And she's like, yeah, but like they go fast, so you better be here.
It's LA, baby.
So I spent the first like 3 innings just waiting around.
How come you
Oh,
didn't?
no.
You know, you could order it on your phone,
I didn't know that.
and they tell you when to
Yeah.
go walk over, and you can pick it up.
I didn't know that at all.
It's a pro tip.
I didn't know
That is
that.
a pro tip. Next
I'd-
time.
It's written on like the seat, right? I saw it on the chair.
I'd like to go to a baseball game.
We got to get our one a year in.
Yeah, the season's starting. I'll go to a game. I love Dodger games.
I love to hear the crack of the bat.
Oh my God, in LA when they win and they go, I love LA.
That's so good.
See the sun setting over those hills, palm trees swaying in the breeze. That nice?
we
It is
love,
nice.
we love it, dude. Oh God.
That's good.
I have fond memories of going to Dodger Stadium parking lot to do my COVID testing. Remember the drive-through COVID testing over
yes,
there?
yes.
And then at Christmas time, they put up a bunch of little decorations. And you'd have they had like television screens everywhere where the mayor was like, hi, thanks for coming here. But there were like hundreds of them. So you'd hear
Yeah.
like it echoing everywhere. It felt like a very
That
like
line was
Deus
so
Ex. Like-
long too.
An update from last week,
oh,
the Elmo video
yeah.
Yeah.
that
Yes.
we had watched. Steven, you were not here last week.
I was not.
Or you were here, but you were not here, really.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play you the video again. We're gonna watch this. It was in last week's episode. Some good comments came through. Give me 1 second. I downloaded this.
That Elmo video would be something if like we were gonna take like a capsule of some sort and shoot it into space in hopes that it gets intercepted by aliens.
Like Voyager Golden.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was the one video we put on there?
They
So-
should bring back Voyager Golden.
So the aliens
Send out a hook.
You talking
bring
about
it
the Elmo
back.
balloon video?
He does-
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. The one that's like going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought we were talking about the one where he gets electrocuted.
No.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
we did watch several Elmo videos last week. This one is the one going up the stairs. Okay?
I have seen the stair one.
Great. And we spent a lot of time last week trying to figure out how this could be faked.
Blender.
Blender. You had said something like a string.
String.
String makes
know.
sense to me.
Also, in case you missed it, we're watching a video of a giant balloon Elmo seemingly walking up the stairs with his legs
Like
actually matching the motion
Yeah,
of step
seems
by
to
step.
be taking steps, basically.
No, if
But
this
it's-
happened to me, I would be freaking
It's a
out.
mylar balloon that is just sort of gently floating, but seemingly walking.
Yes.
It's a great, scary video.
Great scary video. The freakiest part is this beginning where kind of turns to go up the stairs. All right. That's
Okay.
that. Okay.
Mhm.
We got a good number of good comments in the video.
Oh, so
Okay.
now this is a video that seems to be resuming with the Elmo at the top of the stairs?
It does look like that, doesn't it?
It does look
Interesting.
like that.
All right. I'm going to play the video now
Okay.
and describe what you're seeing.
Okay, so now it's very dark at the top of the stairs. Elmo is there. And the lights have turned back
And
on.
now he's backing down.
Oh, wait. So was it shot in reverse?
The video is reversed.
Oh.
You are now watching the same video in reverse
I see.
of a balloon falling down the stairs.
That makes sense why the legs would be moving because it's falling.
Several commenters
Oh.
said, pretty sure that video is reversed. So I took it and I reversed it, and now we're watching that. This does look to be a little bit more realistic.
Okay.
It's interesting because they do this a lot in Japanese horror films.
Now I want to see the turn
It
here at
does
the bottom
turn.
of the stairs.
the facial expression on this Elmo.
It's very funny.
The foot is strange.
The foot is still moving in a weird way.
Yeah.
I don't
It's a little more-
okay.
There's certainly elements of it where it's going down the stairs. It looks a bit more bouncy, and the bouncy going up looks a little bit.
Oh, also
Yeah.
them turning on the light.
Yeah, why would they turn
it is
off
weird
the
for the
light?
thing to walk up the stairs and then like approach them and then to be like, all right, let's turn the lights off now that it's
Right.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Hey, now
So
that the
that-
scary thing has gotten within striking distance,
Right.
I'm gonna kill the lights.
Okay, yeah.
It
so
checks
then
out, but the ending of it is just kind of weird. The way it turns is so...
it is weird, but I could see it like landing on one of the essentially feet and then sort of just
But
naturally.
why does this
pivoting around.
other foot lift, which is the strange part? Watch that left foot.
And is
here.
that a dog in the corner just sitting there?
I love it.
It's a stuffed animal, I think.
That's a stuffed animal? Okay. A weird stuffed animal.
Turn is very odd, but
turn is odd either way? It makes a little bit more sense in reverse, but
It's
I'm
still-
not sure.
Looks creepy, but it's buyable that it is just falling.
I'm
down.
not saying that I know what it is. I just thought, hey, let's watch it in reverse. Wouldn't that be
I
fun?
understand why it's doing what it's doing now.
a little bit more. Do you think it is reversed?
I think it's reversed.
yeah.
I understand where it's coming from.
And then very smart of them to reverse it, take the audio, put it back on.
That's
And-
right.
and-
I mean, the audio seems. Is the audio even?
Yeah,
Part of
that
it?
could be stock.
I feel
Yeah,
like it's
true.
fake.
It's just
I
dog
guess
barking.
you're right. It
Because
could
there's a
be.
dog barking. We never see a dog.
No, you know those videos where they're like, "Hey, pay attention to this thing," and then it's like, "Did you see the gorilla?"
Did you see the those?
Yeah.
Those were good back in the
I like
day.
that.
Did you see the gorilla playing basketball?
But what if it's like that, where it's like dog? There's the weird thing in the background. There's like the dog, stuffed animal dog. You hear the sound of a dog. You're paying attention to a lot of other things.
Fuzzing
That's
the
why I
radar
was.
so much.
That's why I was kind of confused by the first time we watched it because there is, I guess, a stuffed dog in the corner.
There
but
is
it,
a stuffed dog.
It
yeah.
looks large and realistic, but it's not moving.
I had this exact German Shepherd.
You had a giant stuffed German
stuffed
Shepherd?
German Shepherd when I was a kid. Yeah,
Fascinating.
Interesting.
I can't imagine why anyone would want one of those.
we would put
Did
it in
you
front
love
of
it?
each other's. Like my brother goes in the shower, I put it out sitting in.
That's
in front
cute.
of the
That's
shower.
funny.
Is that
What
funny
the
or
fuck is that?
scary? Oh,
I love doing that to my
It's like the
to my
dog, the
roommates in
taxidermy dog
college.
they have in Scrubs. That is playing one of my favorite horror movie techniques. I love
walking backwards.
when directors will have somebody walk backwards and then reverse it so that because your mind will internally recognize there is something off about the way they're walking, but you can't quite place it. Like they do it in Carrie.
much like horror icon Samara. She often, I think.
Oh,
She does do that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
And then also, I forget the name of that Japanese horror film that's famous for doing it. But that's how all the ghosts are seen
Pulse?
walking. Pulse.
Sarah was watching Pulse the other day. She'd never
That is
seen it.
a scary movie.
It's a scary movie. A quietly horrifying film. Just one of those where it's so sort of otherworldly and unnerving, but
Yeah.
it's not like in your face about it.
Well, the
It's
thing
so-
about it is like you're seeing it when a ghost is walking towards you. So it's like you're already like, okay, there's a fucking ghost walking towards me. I already feel a certain way. So like adding on the spooky walk to it isn't
Cairo.
as it's scary. I guess
Yes.
what I'm getting at is when they do it in Carrie, not many people clock that.
When do they do it
moment.
in Carrie?
It's when she's walking up to put flowers on the grave at the end of the movie for
Really?
Carrie.
I didn't even know
The
that.
person who's walking is walking backwards, and that's a more subtle way to do it because you wouldn't be expecting something to be off, but you feel it.
So we're looking at.
The use of silence in horror films is a beautiful thing. I remember like just watching Severance now too. It's like it's not horror, but there's not enough silence in TV these days, huh? There's a lot of
Agree with
Actually, there's the TV movie Salem's Lot that has one of the scariest silent kind of moments. You know the moment I'm talking about when the
I've never
vampire
seen it.
comes
I've never
visits
seen
the
any
boy when he's in his
no.
bedroom. Same thing. He's walking backwards and they reverse it. And he's just kind of like floating. He's trying to get the boy to let him in his room, and he's
Oh,
trying to convince him. It's very fucked up.
I think this would be really great. Like Shane said, if you got a spooky, scary, something that really freaked you out, it would be a really fun episode to go through a couple of those.
If you have one from like your childhood that scared
Oh,
you
yes.
in a weird way,
Yeah.
those are always fun to revisit. To be like, I see this now and I recognize that it's kind of goofy, but to see those things and try to understand like why they were so viscerally spooky to a kid is always interesting.
I watched a video essay recently about like, it's kind of like the anti-jump scare where it's like the obvious scare. It's a scare where you let the audience in on it. They could see it in the background and it's just slowly developing. And it might actually, people might see it at different times. Like the most famous one I can think of is like Hereditary or The Strangers.
Strangers, yeah.
But Hereditary, that one, awesome.
Man, when that kind of stuff happens in a theater and people react to it and you can hear people see what's happening.
Do you realize how early on in that scene it actually happens? Like,
yeah. But I certainly didn't on first watch.
Because like I didn't realize that even when he wakes up in his bed, she's so hidden in the corner of the screen. You have to brighten your screen to see her.
Yeah.
Whew. Same thing with Haunting of Hill House when they hide all the ghosts in the background.
That's really fun.
I fucking love that.
They did that in Bly Manor too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, he's very good at like hiding those bad boys in there.
Whoa.
Oh, that sounds like the mail truck pulling up.
Do not bark.
Do not bark.
Please.
I'm gonna bark.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No, stop it.
That's what happens when I tell my dog not to bark.
The mail truck thing is too long, and I need to be able to say this over it, but it's fine. We sat through it. If you have anything that you'd like to leave us a voicemail, 818-275-4585. Send us an email to AskWatcherPods@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram at Podwatcher. And if you want to send us something, P.O. Box, Watcher Entertainment, 1465 Tamarind Avenue, number 478. Don't write P.O. Box. I was told by Meredith to say, don't write P.O. Box.
Well, you're not supposed to do that?
I guess not here.
No, I didn't know that.
Hollywood, California, 90028. We have an Ireland update from Ireland, our friend who was going on the externship.
Oh,
yeah.
already done?
Nice. Oh, hell yeah.
We had said that the externship was actually shorter than normal.
It's longer?
Yeah. So Ireland said, this was from a few weeks ago, I left a voicemail about going on my extension. I found out that I'm moving from Oregon to Texas. I will leave in the middle of June to report to my site on July 1st. I will be away for 11 months.
Oh, that's a long time.
Whoa.
It's a very long time. It's
Almost a year.
yes,
Where in Texas
absolutely.
did they say?
Ireland shared San Antonio, which is where my wife is from.
Lovely town.
Home of the Riverwalk.
Home
Yes.
of the Riverwalk. That's right.
We did ghost hunting there, and then we
Had some barbecue.
we had like a flight at like 6 p.m. So we just bopped around San Antonio
It was
all
nice.
day, remember?
It was great.
Currently
It was a good day.
working on
Saw
my
a mouse.
degree to become a vascular technologist. No clue what that is.
We saw a mouse?
I did see a mouse.
Where did you
might
see a
see an
mouse?
alien there.
Remember? It was at our lunch place. It was like on the little ledge.
That was a squirrel.
Was it a squirrel?
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to San
kinda like a
Antonio.
mouse, right? It's like a mouse. It's like a different kind of mouse.
Some of the best Mexican food you're ever going to eat.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
Be
delicious.
excited about it.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one. This is, we love our thought experiments
Yes.
here. This one comes from
THOUGHT.
Thought
Not
experiments.
TH.
I see what you're saying. Very good.
This one comes from Void. Hello, Watcher folks. I look forward to seeing what kind of wild topics you talk about each week, and I think I came up with an interesting thought experiment for you. THOUGHT.
Good.
You have the option to earn $5,000 simply by sitting in a magic room for 30 minutes. Here is the catch. You are not alone. During the entirety of your time, you are placed in this room with a single animal of a random species. This animal can belong to any species that has ever existed on Earth, regardless of whether it has been discovered by science. Interesting. At the end of the half hour, you may exit the room and have the option to try again for more money or cash out. Keep in mind that the animal you are placed with is selected at random every time you enter the room.
Okay.
You could spend half an hour with a sea sponge, or you could get a Bengal tiger.
Right.
You could chill with one of over 400,000 described species of beetle, or you might have to deal with a hungry and confused Spinosaurus. Dinosaurs included.
Dinosaurs included. What?
Would you rather run into a bear or a strange man in the forest? Both are viable options. Is Bigfoot a real animal? Try your luck and maybe find out yourself. As for the room itself, the size of the room changes to provide enough space to accommodate both you and the animal, so no one's getting squished. The room may fill with as much water as needed to sustain whatever's in the room with you, but there will always be room for air. There are no objects in the room, but you can bring one item to have on your person, like a book perhaps, or maybe a katana. Most importantly, once you are in the room, you are unable to leave until the time is up. Keep these rules in mind. How much money do you think you could make before you cash out, before the room at random kills you? Lots to think about.
I'm going in the room. Okay, because
You are going in the
yes,
room.
because I think according to Wikipedia,
Mm-hmm.
they're undershooting how many species of animals there are in this email. What did they say? 400,000?
They said 400,000 species of beetle.
Oh, of
A
beetle.
beetle?
Yes, because this says there are over 1.5 million animal species that have been described, of which around 1.05 million are insects, over 85,000 are mollusks, around 65,000 are vertebrates. My thought is,
Good odds.
if you have a 1 in a billion chance of winning the lottery, then you've got like a 10 in a billion chance of like encountering an animal. It's going to be bugs. It's going to be mollusks.
Yeah.
You can go in that thing probably
Not even see what's in there.
1,000 times and you'll be fine.
I'm confused about water-based animals, though. Because you said there would be water in the room, but
If there needs to be.
but does that mean that I have to tread water for 30 minutes?
As for the room itself, the size of the room changes to provide enough space to accommodate both you and the animals.
So maybe
no
there's
one's
like a
But
pool.
like snuggly?
Yeah, maybe
Or
there's like
is
a
it-
rock for you to stand on.
Or like a habitat.
Void did not say.
But I mean, like, yeah, if it's even if it's like any of those insects or if it's any sort of water-based animal, you'd be okay. I would
Well,
think.
not if the whole, if
If the
it's-
whole room is
if
water.
it's a shark, then I assume the water is like 4 feet high or something.
Or they're in like a pool in the room, like an indoor pool at like a hotel. And
I
then
can't
I'm also-
imagine they would grant you that luxury.
I mean, it's a
I
magic
guess
room.
we need to know what is the percentage of animals species that would be dangerous. Is it like 1%?
It's very tiny.
Is it less than 1%?
Well, even a
That's
lot of
ridiculous.
dangerous ones, you could just step on them.
Yeah, it depends on your
Yeah.
hand-to-hand combat
So
prowess.
you're not winning against a bear.
No. If
So
there's a
if you get a
scorpion in
bear-
there, you step
But-
on it.
Yeah, I'd happily stay in the room for 30 minutes with the scorpion. I don't even think I'd step on it.
But how long are you staying in that room then, Shane? Like how much money are you going to make? Because you could do it once, sure, but you getting your $5,000 and just
Well,
piecing
but
out.
is it every half hour? Is it a half hour?
Every half
Every
hour,
half hour.
$5,000.
But then do you have to exit the room and be like, okay, now I'm out. I want $5,000 more. Got to go back in the room.
Yes.
Let's see
I
what
would
the
say
new
that
animal
every
is.
time you press your luck.
You can't be
New
like,
number.
oh, I'm in here with a ladybug. I'm going to chill for a day.
No, I
And
don't
then
think
make
that's
the
allowed.
new one.
$12,000.
Look, I don't even gamble. Like
Or
I don't gamble.
$12,000.
If I go to Vegas, I'm not hitting the roulettes. I'm not hitting the slots. I'm not going to play craps. Not worth it. I'm a very risk averse person in that sense. So no, not
So you're not
happening.
even going in one time.
Look, I have 3 dogs I got to take care of. I got a wife and
Any one of those 3 dogs could be in there with you.
or I could just go home and be with all of them.
It would be easier for
For
you to
no
take care of
money.
those dogs.
I know it's a boring answer, but
okay.
Okay, what about this, Steven?
you
Your wife gets locked in a room with an animal that you don't know what it is, and you have to pay $5,000 to get in and save her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. That was a test.
No question.
That actually is
No question.
That is a really interesting flip
That's right. Pretty good.
because I would do it to myself, but I would not want to roll the dice on my wife being in there with
Right.
like
That's
a
true.
Bengal.
1 in a billion chance.
Oh yeah.
A boa
$5,000. Is there going to be a sale of any sort?
Come again?
Like, is the price going to go down eventually, or gonna stay?
Yes. Every 5 minutes, the price goes down $1,000.
Mari's pretty scrappy. She could last in there for about like.
You're the one sending in your wife. Everyone's like, I'm not sending in my wife.
like, is Mari's trapped in there? She's like, if that price is going down every.
I would
Try some water.
bust into the room, pay the $5,000. My wife would be in there with some imperceptible
Yeah.
animal bug.
No, I think she'd
And go, what? You spent $5,000 to come in here? Sorry. Would you do it, Ren?
I would. I'm trying to figure out when I would stop though. Like, when would I be satisfied and not want to roll the dice any
Like
further?
how many times you'd go in the room?
Because the percentage of getting like a kill shot or like something, stumbling upon something that would kill me would be very small.
Basically gambling.
That's
It's
what I'm
like
saying.
knowing when to get out.
When do you
Although
walk
I
out of the
guess-
casino?
If it's less than like 1%, which it probably is, right?
Wait,
It's
it's
less
gotta
than a
be way-
half.
It's got to be
percent.
way less than that.
Then I guess I am doing it. You know what? I'm doing it. All right, I'm back in.
It looks like a 15% of all species are venomous, but most of those are very small.
Still, in a
Right.
small
Yeah.
space though, you're contained.
I mean, the
But
worst
then
thing
what
you
about
would,
dinosaurs too? Because they said past and present.
Yep.
So you could fall into.
Herbivores and stuff, though.
That's true.
The worst thing that I think you could be in there with is you're in water and there's an irukandji jellyfish in there.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but I don't like the name of it.
What if you walk in the room, Shane, and it's you?
That'd be so scary.
And
That would be like the end of Annihilation.
No, what if you walk in?
Me just strangling each other.
Wow,
you walk in, it's a black room. The door snaps shut behind you. You hear it lock. Lights turn on. You see you sitting at the other end of
Then
the
we
room.
both exit. We both get paid $5,000, and then we can double time and both do
No.
separate rooms and make twice the money.
Then the other Shane says, I was told that if I last in here, I'll get
This is a
$5,000.
classic Twilight Zone.
I'll get the $5,000. I have to kill you, though.
Yeah.
Well, killing
and then
was
he
never-
goes home to your wife and
What the
cat.
fuck?
That's right.
And they don't know Annihilation style.
How do I even know you're really Shane?
That's a good
Oh.
question. How would
Yeah, if you had to identify it was me in like, I need to shoot one of these Ryans and I need to know which one's the real Ryan, what would you ask me to?
That's a
For
good
sure,
question.
no.
That's a really interesting
That's a good question.
well? It's
I would
it's
tell you to draw me a
impossible.
lighting diagram.
but it's impossible.
That's actually really good.
Well, so does
That's really good.
Does Clone Ryan have all of your memories?
I would assume based on movies, I would say no, right?
Well, because I think the twist here would be
They're an imposter.
they're an imposter, but they have everything you've ever said on camera. They have access to everything you've ever said on the internet.
Yeah. I know
okay.
on the internet, that's discoverable.
I could fake you, and I've only worked here for like a year.
I think you could too. I don't think it'd be hard to fake. I know what I would do to identify which Shane is the real Shane, by the way. I figured it out. If I
Okay.
had a gun and I had to shoot one of you,
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'd pull out a Bluetooth speaker and I would play Gautier, somebody I used to know. And the Shane that goes, fuck this song, or just like,
No,
has
the
any-
other Shane would feel that way too.
I don't think so.
He's me.
Yeah, but he doesn't have your like memories or like opinions, I would think, right?
I have a visceral reaction to that song.
I know you do.
That's like in my bones.
It's your
I
DNA.
do think it's not in your DNA. I think you're a clone. And like we talked about this last week where, there was the This American Life story where they cloned a cow.
Yeah.
And he was in many ways the same cow, but completely different personality.
Well, but in that case, then shoot
It's-
the baby.
Well, it's like the innie outie thing.
No,
It's
he's not a baby.
Shoot the baby.
Quotes
Shane.
out of context.
It's like the innie outie thing in Severance. That's how I would describe it. If I had to know Shane's innie versus Shane's outie, and I was trying to figure out which one I was which, and I had to kill the I guess the innie.
Well, Severance is a unique case because they
Because
sort of
they
have
have
no
their
memories.
They have their personalities, but they don't have memories.
Exactly. Which is
Well,
why
then I'd just be like, what did we have for lunch last week?
that actually would be funny though. If like a Shane without any influence from the outside world heard somebody I used to know and was like, banger.
I'm sure this exists in media, but I would love to see that scene play out with someone just 100% sure of who the fake one is.
it just it happens in you remember in X-Men when Mystique is pretending to be Wolverine and Cyclops asks him to prove that he's the real Wolverine and he just says, "You're a prick," and he's like, "Yeah, it's him." remember that shit?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? It's funny.
No, it's been a while since I watched it. Is that X2?
No, it's the first one. But I would play somebody I used to know. Steven, I would probably actually Steven, I don't know.
This is either impossible or very easy, depending on what the parameters are.
I feel like it's easy.
It should be pretty easy. The lighting diagram would immediately you'd be able to know.
And by the way, that's an inside joke from
It's
when
outside
I
now. You
asked.
put it on
I
the
guess.
podcast.
Well, now the person will know because
You've
they've
gone
seen
public
this.
with it.
But
That's
I
right.
asked Ryan to draw me the diagram like 10 years ago, and he refused to.
I didn't refuse to. I
You
drew
refused
it.
to.
I drew the diagram.
No, he haphazardly put together some circles and squares on a
Now the
paper and
story's
said,
changing.
"Get out of here."
They
Okay,
definitely
let's
drew
see
this.
if
They
there's
definitely
a-
drew the diagram.
I'm going to see if there's a random animal generator. We'll run the test.
Oh, I like that.
This is funny because it's going to
Oh,
turn
this
into
is
would I
fun.
be able to beat the shit out of this animal in a one-on-one?
I have a random animal species generator. It's got bugs, it's got fish, it's got mammals, it's got everything. This one actually is excluding dinosaurs, so your odds are better.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't want to run into a dinosaur.
No, I'd rather not.
Here's how we're gonna do this. Steven's gonna go up first, deciding to go into the room at least one time. We're going to run the random animal species generator. Steven will know what happened to him in that. And from that information, we'll decide to go back in afterwards or quit altogether. All right, here we go. Here we go, Steven. Steven enters the chamber.
Good luck, Steven.
Thanks. Bye, Tammy.
Bye, Tammy. Wish me luck.
I'll come back with a big bag of money.
The door.
What is it?
Do the lights turn off here? Am I just in a dark
Is he gonna
room?
be killed?
Steven enters the room empty. The lights go kung, kung. And then they come on, flicker on like the Batman garage.
Yeah.
Steven is faced with a tiger.
This is why I kind of figured this was going to happen. Like,
Come
there's
on,
no
you
way.
made that up. No. You didn't randomly generate it.
randomly did it.
You did not.
I can
you just
guarantee we're
said
gonna
that
get a
to
bear,
kill
too.
me.
I randomly did it.
So Steven's
You know what?
dead.
I'm fudging up this tiger,
No,
okay?
you're not.
Hey, you
You're
can.
dead.
You can.
Yeah. No, I'm going to.
No,
I get an item.
Did it say you get
We
an
forgot
item?
about this. I get an item. Void said you get an item.
get
Oh,
an
Void said
item?
you get an item. Sorry.
Void said that you get an item like a
Can that be
katana
a
or something.
gun?
You can. Yeah, it's an item. Yeah.
Okay.
We did not think about the item.
What kind of tiger is it?
Yeah,
So-
give me a gun. Give me whatever they use in Fortnite.
I think you're gonna have a tough time.
This one looks
I
like a
think
Bengal
you're gonna
tiger.
have a tough time.
Oh, Bengal tigers, they could jump over 30 feet.
That thing, that thing is gonna
Just stand 5 feet in front of you. He'll jump right over you.
I mean,
You know what? I'm actually going the opposite direction. Give me a pile of steak.
Okay. Now well, hang on. Let's roll this back.
Uh-huh.
We'll reset this experiment.
I don't
You
think
have
we
to
should.
pick the item before you go in.
Okay.
You can-
I see.
and you cannot take the same item in. You take it in, you leave it in. All right. So
Okay,
let's run it
okay.
again. I'm going to actually put this here.
But
A
let's-
tiger?
Let's be clear that we're now diverging into an alternate reality because in this one, Steven has
passed.
died.
No,
He's
I
dead.
haven't. I
No,
have
you're
not-
dead.
We have not
You're
simulated
dead.
the battle between
Look
me
at
and
that thing. It's gonna.
It's so cute.
Have you seen tigers like attack? It will like jump on you and just put its jaws around your head. You could shoot it all you want. You're gonna die from blood
I'm
loss.
not even gonna go
You
for
shoot
that.
it in the head, though.
I'm going for kindness.
Yeah, but even if it scratches him, he's got 30 minutes to bleed out. You're fucked.
I feel like this might take a little bit, so let's get back into
Okay,
it.
okay,
Steven,
okay.
you get to go into the chamber. Tammy's
All right.
there. Got the bag of tricks here. What do you want to take into the chamber? You don't know what's in there.
You know what? I'm taking a risk here. I'm bringing my pickleball paddle.
You're bringing
in
your
a pickleball.
I love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Steven has elected to take in the pickleball paddle, knowing that regardless, he will not leave with the pickleball paddle. He will not have it for the next time. Okay.
Yeah. If it's a fly, I'm set. By
Steven
the
goes
way.
in.
You said you just tore your shoulder playing pickleball, let alone fighting a fucking tiger with it.
By the way, when I go into this room, I'm not going to bring any weapons. I'm just going to accept my fate.
You are a weapon.
It's an airlock. All right. The lights turn off. Steven's in there. The lights turn off.
I like that you get in there, the lights turn off, and then back on. too.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
fun.
a nice
That's
little
fun.
bit of
I made
sauce.
that up.
I like
Sorry,
that,
Void.
Matt. Yeah.
And in the room,
Here we
the
go.
lights turn on, and Steven sees a little
A
mahi
mahi.
mahi.
Yeah,
hell yeah, dude.
A mahi mahi. That's $5,000 in your pocket.
$5,000.
And a
Bingo.
fish dinner.
You swing the pickleball paddle at it. It slips out of your hand, goes in the water, and you don't see it again. You exit
No,
the
I'm not worth the $5,000.
room. You exit
Good
the
paddle.
room.
My favorite paddle.
You exit the room. Your family is there cheering. Ah, you did it.
Is that technically his first one?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm done.
Great. Do you want to see what you would have gotten in the next one?
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see what I.
Had Steven gone back in, would have been.
No! All right, I'm back in.
Nope. Yeah.
You already left.
Shane, you're up.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
All right. It's Shane's turn now to enter the chamber. The chamber.
I'm not taking anything.
Nothing.
No, I'll take a Cliff Bar.
You're just taking thunder and lightning,
That's right.
Law and Order.
What am I going to
Cliff
do?
Bar.
Okay, I'll take a knife, a pocket knife.
Okay.
A knife.
A pocket knife?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, a bigger knife, a Bowie knife.
All right.
A Bowie knife, whatever.
The
they call
door's shutting.
it.
And you
As
gotta
they
get
say
in.
in the UK.
Shane enters the chamber. Anyone there to greet you or say
Wish me
goodbye?
luck.
Bye, Shane.
Okay, now I'm getting scared. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Oh, we got better doors.
Shane stands there. The lights turn off.
What do we got?
The lights turn on to reveal.
Okay.
Well, you are for sure dead.
That's a polar bear.
It's a good thing you brought that knife, man.
It's a polar bear.
You
All
for
right.
sure are dead.
I mean, arguably one of the maybe the deadliest animal.
Probably, yeah, that you could run across.
Maybe the one you don't want to run into
The
the, most.
simulator
in the
is
sense of
not
it's,
simulating correctly. I
I'm gonna look like those penguins on that little ice floe. Have you ever seen that picture?
Well, Shane's dead as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Aphid in here earlier. So
Now-
I know that there's bugs in there.
Yeah, I
Yeah, but
feel
there
like
aren't-
this is picking from a small pool, but hey, I'll accept my fate.
Appreciate that.
Who gets the money if he dies? Does Sarah get it?
Nobody.
Nobody.
He's got to survive.
Oh,
What a
man.
story. What a way to go out. Shane walked into a room with a polar bear.
How do you think Sarah would feel about this?
I think she would be sad.
No, about you deciding to go in.
I mean, she wouldn't agree with it.
Okay,
Definitely not going to be an open
gotcha.
casket funeral. I'll tell you that.
Now, again, if this were taking from the pool of 1.5 billion,
Yes.
then I think I'd
Literally the
probably-
worst thing you could possibly draw.
100%.
Honestly. Like they're
Absolutely.
vindictive animals.
But the
when
fact
it's
that we've gotten a
one-on-one.
tiger and a polar bear in 3 or 4
That's what I was
calls,
saying earlier.
I understand that this is different, but more fun. All right. Well, Shane has passed. Rest in peace. Now, knowing this, do you want to go into the chamber?
I'm going to go in. I'm not going to take any weapons. I'm going to go speed around here.
Could you bring the
Speed-
PP? Could you bring
All right.
PP man?
Let's just
Speed round.
let's just go. I'm going to see how long I can push it before I get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Ryan goes in. Door shut.
What do we got?
Door turn. The lights turn off. The lights turn on to reveal the harvest
Okay.
spider.
I love Daddy Longlegs.
I will fuck that thing up.
It's a little
Squad.
Daddy Longlegs.
You don't
can-
even kill it. You
Great.
just hang out
All right.
with it.
You
I'm
truly
going
don't
back
have
out.
to kill it.
I'm coming back in.
He comes out sweaty.
Back in. I'm back in.
$5,000.
throw some money at her.
Yeah.
Goes back in. Lights turn off. Turn back on.
Yeah.
A sea
I'm
turtle.
chilling.
A sea turtle. You're
Great.
10,000 up.
You're a
All
lucky
right.
man.
Love your movies. I'm out of here.
A sea
Come back
turtle.
in.
Are my bloody bones just in the corner of the?
No, they've cleaned it.
Oh, okay.
They've cleaned
That's
the
sweet
room.
of them.
That's unfortunate.
Because that would be helpful if something else needed to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Good call.
Hmm.
Or you could use my bone as a sort of a blunt object. Are you
All
going to
right.
beat that sea turtle to death?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just hang
That
out
was
with
a
it.
test.
Ryan exits, hands another $5,000 to Mari.
That's 10K I've had in the bank now.
You know it's starting to go to his head now.
Decided to go back in.
Oh, I'm back in. Easy.
All right, goes back in,
Let's
taking
go.
nothing. Okay.
Let's keep it
Goes back
running.
in,
Let's
lights
keep it
turn on.
rolling.
Lights turn back on to reveal a sheep.
I'm way ahead here,
That's
dude.
the
A
best
sheep.
thing.
That's
You could
good.
even shave the.
I'm giving Matt the signal to keep it going.
Nice.
You can shave the
That's
sheep.
15K.
Just put a jacket.
That's
gonna say-
15K, baby. Let's keep this rolling.
Another
You could take
5,000.
that wool, make some extra money.
15K. Let's go. Let's keep it
Too
rolling.
busy. This is 90 minutes and you've made $15,000.
Yeah,
That's
this is great.
incredible.
I was
Eggs-
watching
this
videos
is-
of sheep shearing recently. It's really
It's
fascinating.
beautiful.
Oh, I
stuff.
love it.
Really beautiful stuff.
Especially how there's the wool looks so soft and okay.
Now
go ahead.
your odds are changing.
I feel great. We're doing it.
You might die,
Let's keep going.
and he's ready to.
So
die,
this is round 4 now?
This is round 4.
Round
This is-
4?
Genuinely though, would you go back in knowing that you could die in the next one?
If it's the real world in terms of like all the actual odds, yeah, I'm going back in.
Okay, in terms of all the okay.
What about this world? This world that you're going back in?
Well, no, that's the one where he's fine to die.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter. But the real world, I need you real world answers. Okay, he's going back in. The lights turn back off. Turn on to reveal a
Yeah.
goby fish.
Here we
A
go.
little
What is a
baby
goby?
fish.
Oh, I love that.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep
That's
it.
20,000.
That's 20,000.
He's up, baby.
I'm back in. I'm back in the.
That's 4 times. Okay.
Put me back in the room.
Now really pressing his luck.
You're just trying to die right now.
Nah,
Ryan.
dude. I have a number.
When do you jump out?
I have a number that I'm trying to hit.
Oh, okay,
all
it's
right.
50. All right. He exits, hands another 5,000 to Mario, goes back in, and then turns the lights off, turns back
I'll
on
see you in
to,
a second,
to
honey.
reveal a baboon.
Oh.
No,
Hey.
I'm good. I'm still good.
Are
You
you
might
sure?
be fine. You might be fine.
I think I'm good.
But it's a little scary.
I don't know.
All I gotta do is spank it in the ass.
I'm gonna look
That-
up to see are baboons dangerous.
They're extremely dangerous.
They could kill you.
I think I'm good though. Honestly,
You are one-on-one, mano y mano.
I think I could entertain it long enough for it not to fight me.
just do some magic tricks.
I can see that. And
So-
you still want to go back in knowing you just got in with the baboon.
Yeah, I think so.
So say you survive, that's $25,000.
Okay.
Do you want to go back in?
I got a number. We're going back in.
He wants to, okay. He wants to leave Maria a sizable sum.
A nest egg. Well, I lose it though. All if I die, right?
No, you've already made the certain amount of money.
Oh,
So
so,
Mario
she gets to
already
keep it no
gets-
matter
she
what.
gets to
Oh,
keep
that
it.
changes a lot of things. Okay, yeah, let's keep it going for sure.
Okay.
Jury's kind of out on whether or not you would survive the baboon.
I
If
think
it
it would
did
be
get
some-
aggressive or feel threatened, which it might be
Remember,
if it's in a room with
I
you.
don't have any weapons though.
I know that.
I'm gonna walk in and be
You
like,
should
hey.
have taken a weapon in.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna walk into every one of these rooms naked.
Okay.
That feels worse somehow.
Because then
baboon rips off your wiener.
And his hot dog number goes to 1 for the year.
Purely because I do want to land. I want to see if we can keep going to something that would definitely. I do think you would not survive. With
I
the
would.
baboon.
I think I
I
would
don't-
survive.
It would
think
certainly
so.
be
I
a
don't think
tense
so.
30 minutes.
Chime off in the comments. I don't think he would immediately attack me within 30.
I think a 30 minutes with a baboon would be extremely stressful.
But I think I'm
you know
coming
what?
out.
You may not die, but you'd be injured.
I
For
think
sure.
if the baboon got aggressive, you would die because they would bite you with their
And I
very
feel-
sharp
They have
teeth.
very
I feel confident that I could keep him calm.
I think you could beat it.
I don't think you could keep a baboon calm.
I
You
think
can't
I
keep
could.
yourself calm.
I could,
You probably spend.
That's why I'm good at keeping others
You
calm.
probably spend 30 minutes staring at each other.
that's what I think.
in fear.
That's what I think.
But okay,
Back
exited. That's 25.
Yeah, we're going back in.
This was the 5th or the 4th.
This will be now the 6th time I'm going
Sixth.
in.
6th time I'm going back in. Lights turn off. Turn back on to reveal a bird of paradise.
How
All
lovely.
right.
Easy money.
How
Let's keep
lovely.
it going. 30.
That's
That's
Round 7.
That's $30,000.
It's a beautiful bird.
A camel.
Yep. Okay. Keeping it going.
Nice,
That's
35.
fun.
Yeah, why not? They might spit at you.
That's fine. I've been on a camel. They're
They
great.
could be aggressive.
Turn,
a feral camel.
Just don't let it kick you.
That's $35,000.
That's $35,000.
Going for 40,000.
That's right. Going for 40.
Round 8.
Lights turn off. Turn back on to reveal a honey badger.
Oh,
Now, that's tough. Now, they are tough, but I don't think you would kill me.
I think you could beat it.
I think it would be. I could.
Yeah,
you
the
might get
size.
some like ankle bites.
I'll get some nicks on me.
You're sweating. You're bloody. Maybe. Probably.
I'm going back in.
All right.
Back in.
Lights turn off. Turn
Is
back
this
on.
round 9 now?
This is right.
45,000.
There's no way she's letting you back in, by the way.
Right, 40,000.
I don't think you should go back in.
I'm going back in.
Lights turn off. Turn back on to reveal. Ooh. A dolphin.
Oh, okay.
Now there is water.
It's fine.
I think you're probably okay. But
It's
they are
crazy
scary.
how unlucky me and Shane got, by the way, to get
You
a
might have
tiger
to,
and a polar bear out of the first 3.
You might just want to protect yourself from them in certain ways.
Yeah, I know. I do hear they.
I don't know that they'll kill you, but
They're handsy.
No,
yeah.
consent not their favorite thing.
Yeah.
Moving on.
50,000.
50 for sure. Going for 50.
Lights turn off. Turn back on. A kangaroo.
Oh, boy.
You're in
Okay.
trouble now.
You're-
I'm in trouble. I don't know if I'm going to die, but now I'm really starting to think this
You
might
are
be it.
dead. You're dead.
You think so?
I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen videos of people who, when kangaroos do get aggressive, they sort of like have a way of holding their head
Yeah.
so that they can't necessarily like get a good kick on you.
Yeah, but the
But
question
you-
is this
you-
kangaroo immediately aggressive? And I don't think kangaroos are naturally an aggressive thing.
I don't know. I mean, when you're,
They're
but also
dangerous.
you got to consider that you're placed in a room.
But it's not his house. It's like we're both in the room.
In the past 100 years, kangaroos have killed 2 humans.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Okay.
Am I going to
All
leave
right.
with my 50? The number I wanted to get to was 100, but I think it's going to take too long. So I'll leave with my 50.
We could commit to the next 10 ones.
Yes.
If there's a dangerous animal
Okay,
in the
it's
next
like 10 times.
Click 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go 10.
Okay.
Yeah, 10.
And just read them
Really
quickly
bad.
as you
Really
go.
Yes,
bad
I
idea.
think I want to go to 100.
All right. Let's see. And the next animal is a grasshopper. Nice.
Great.
Moving on.
1.
A magpie.
Oh,
Two.
magpie. 2.
2. A bittern. That's
A
a,
lot of
bird.
birds.
Okay.
Nice. 3. Another
Another
bird.
bird.
Okay.
Four.
It's
Hey,
not
a bird
bad.
in
Paradise.
Technically,
Hello
birds
again.
in a sloth bear. Uh-oh.
Oh,
I think I'm fine.
You're fine.
That's fine.
I think you're okay.
That's
5.
5.
A tench bird. It's a
Six.
fish.
chime
6.
off in the comments if you know about sloth bears because we rolled through that bear real quick.
No,
and
no,
you guys were all like, "That's fine."
No,
The photo made it seem small.
Okay.
7 is a fly.
Great.
Oh,
Again, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Thank you, Ryan Johnson.
And now a regular sloth.
Okay.
Nice.
He's probably
Ryan's
fine with
enjoying
this
his
one.
30 minutes with that guy.
Yeah.
Probably laughing his ass off.
at that guy. How funny he is.
Maybe contracting chlamydia.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Is that worth it?
I have $100,000.
Oh, no, that's koalas. What is sloths? They're fine.
Oh, I thought it was. Wait, what do armadillos have?
I think that one's also chlamydia.
Hey, I got money to make here. Let's get to my 9th animal.
All right. Next one is your dad.
Oh, yeah, chimpanzee.
No, wait, I don't
Ryan
think
has
so.
entered the room with a
Chimpanzee
chimpanzee.
will kill you.
Oh, but why would he attack me?
You gotta assume.
This is borderline again.
No, I think the chimp is gonna kill you.
Maybe it's the same as a baboon.
I think so. I don't think he's killing me. I don't see why he would attack me.
Here's the thing: if you made it through the baboon, if you made it through the kangaroo, if you made it through the sloth bear, there's no way you're surviving all of those.
But you're acting as if every one of them is going to attack me. I feel like they aren't.
I think if you put a wild chimpanzee
in a
in
room.
a room
Yeah.
with a human, it's gonna attack you.
That's an adult one.
Not within 30 minutes.
Do you know how to?
A polar bear is different. That's going to kill you
Okay,
on
the
sight.
chimpanzee starts running at you. What do you do?
Well, I'm fucked. I'm not going to be able to beat a chimpanzee.
Well,
No,
you
yeah,
don't
you
know
are-
how to like disengage, or like.
I could certainly try, but my only means of survival in all of these is to assume that it's not going to attack me if I don't attack it.
Have you heard the audio of that lady who?
Yeah, I have, but that was also over a long amount of time. 30 minutes is not that long.
You know what? The sloth bear is kind of dangerous. There was one that killed 12 people in 1957.
57.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
The name is a little bit deceiving because you think, oh, sloth bear.
No, yeah, you're right. But like this thing is scaled.
Now, Ryan, you have 95 grand. Let's say you come out
Unhinged.
95 grand and you just barely survived the
Am I
chimp.
willing to actually go
Do
for
you
the full?
actually roll the dice one more time and go back in for the 100? or do you walk away?
Your family dealer, yeah, go for it,
One
go
more
for it. No deal, no deal.
I want to ask if there's any like biologists or zoologists who listen to this show, or anyone who's just familiar with animals.
Anybody
Like,
smart?
Anyone smart? Based on those like 4 or 5 species that we've encountered.
How aggressive?
Yeah, like what's or even if you're just like maybe a primatologist is listening.
Yeah.
If you know anything about their behavior, and if they're put in a room, a wild animal in a room with a human.
It's not their house.
what are
It's
the-
not their room though. Like,
No, it's
yeah.
like a white,
So
that
I
makes a
think
difference.
that would make the difference, right? Because it's not
That would
territorial.
make them scared.
I think that
No,
would
no,
make them
no.
more scared.
More scared, yeah.
Interesting. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to go for the 100K if I'm still alive.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
last animal here.
Yeah, sure.
Last
I
animal.
hope it
to
kills
be
you.
clear, I
Not
think he's
gonna lie.
already dead.
I
but-
hope
so
you
this is
die here
good.
because you should not be going back in the room.
Lights turn off, turn back on to reveal
Yeah!
a cod.
God!
But you're
Call of
dead.
Duty!
I don't think I'm dead.
I think you're dead.
I don't think I'm dead. Chime off in the comments.
I think you're
Yeah.
dead.
I don't think I'm dead.
Great job, Ryan. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Steve, Shane, and good job, Steven, on your $5,000.
Shane and Stevens were undeniably they'd be dead because it's a tiger and a polar bear.
Well, we excluding the tiger, which I think we didn't set you up for success for there.
Polar
Mhm.
bear on the first draw is.
oh,
really-
That's
it's
pretty
rough,
rough.
dude. That's
That's a tough one.
that's within 5 seconds.
And it's not even unfair because Ryan got some pretty decent stuff 20 times.
Yeah.
I
Get the
think
same
I'm
bird
in
twice.
the conversation to be alive. I think.
We'll do this again sometime.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really like it.
But I'd be curious in the comments. Just say, is Ryan dead or Ryan alive? I think I'm alive, frankly, and I'm $100,000 richer.
What are
be
you
great.
doing with your money? But why was that your number?
Just because, like, it's a good round number.
he needs a number.
Just because it's a round number.
Just 'cause I,
Zero is a round number.
10 hours, though. What a stressful day.
I mean, 10 hours and making $100,000. That sounds like a day well spent.
I mean,
Maybe losing
most
a
of the
limb.
time he was chilling with,
Chilling
birds
with
of
fucking
paradise.
birds,
Yeah,
dude.
that's true.
A cockatoo.
And a fish. The only one I am confident that I wouldn't for sure lose the one-on-one if I had to fight them is the chimp. The chimp for sure would kick my
And I
ass.
think a baboon would also.
And a baboon.
And the sloth bear.
No, I don't like at the sloth bear
It killed
doesn't
12 people.
in 57.
Who gives a shit? They were probably like, okay, we can't keep these around people anymore.
Or they
Yeah.
probably just got weaker over time. They're like,
No, that's not how
are you
animals
talking
breed.
about?
what are the stats? I want to see the stats on the sloth bear.
I'm going to search.
No, the
Are
sloth
sloth
bear-
bears dangerous to humans?
735 sloth bear attacks on people in 5 years.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
a lot.
You're dead.
I don't know, but attacks.
It has the name
attacks.
bear in it.
Sloth bears are considered one of the most dangerous wild animals in India. And are known for their aggressive and unpredictable behavior.
Well, we all agreed that it was fine, so
No, I specifically said we breezed right past that.
You did say that. Yeah, Shane.
And yet
Shout out
we-
to Shane. over
and yet
there.
we did breeze it. We did breeze past.
I heard
You-
somewhere that sloth bears are the most dangerous bears in the world.
That's ridiculous. That's a polar bear for sure.
Well, that was a fun thought experiment.
Thank you so much, Void.
Thank you, Void.
I don't even remember where sloth bear was in that.
This is interesting because sloth bears,
Like
their
14.
their only natural predator are Bengal tigers. And because of that, they're extremely aggressive.
I see.
Yeah, I just watched a video of a Bengal tiger and a sloth.
Really?
Sloth
Oh,
bear fighting
crazy.
each other, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was exciting.
that was a good time.
Big thanks to Void for sending
Thank
that
you so
in.
much, Void.
And try this at home. Tell us how long you lasted. Matt, can you link the animal generator in the description?
Absolutely.
You just title this video "Ryan Fights a Bear."
That's going to do it for this episode of Podwatcher. Thank you for listening. If you haven't, give a subscribe.
Yeah. And if you haven't checked it out already, Mystery Files is on YouTube.
Oh, it
this week.
started.
Oh, yeah,
on
that's
Friday.
right.
Episode 2 is coming out on Friday.
Check that out.
And then on the streamer, we're wrapping up the season.
We
Yes.
are. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week.
See you guys. Bye.
Toodles.